The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hello and welcome into episode 20 of Mossy Creek Conversations. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. Pleased to welcome in a member of Carson Newman Men's Soccer's 2013 national runner-up team and an assistant coach with the Brazilian national team, Matheus Bachi. Welcome back, member of the all-decade team for men's soccer. Thanks for taking some time out of your really what is a busy summer for you, competing with the Brazilian national team and spending some time reminiscing about your time here in Jefferson City.
I'm glad. I'm so happy to talk to you, Kev, just so we can talk about what happened in the past. I have like great memories from everything, from the school, from our achievements, but it's a pleasure. It's an honor to be talking to you.
Honor is too strong a word. You might want to switch to the Portuguese instead of the English there, because no, it can't be an honor to talk to me. Let's focus on the journey. What you're an interesting path for soccer. Started your career at the University of the Cumberlands. Came from Brazil. Obviously. What brought you to play soccer in America? And let's give the backstory. Your father, multi-year professional career before he suffered a season-ending injury. And Tite is the head manager, the head coach, however you want to phrase it, of the Brazilian national team. So soccer's in your blood. How do you work your way from Brazil to the United States to play college soccer?
Let's try to make a long story a little bit shorter. So, as you said, I've lived with soccer since I was born. So, after my father stopped playing, he started coaching right away, and I was in this environment through all my life. So, since I was a 1-2-year-old boy, I was already in the dressing rooms, watching matches, watching practices, and everywhere. And he grew a passion for the game for me too strong. And then I started playing in Brazil as a little kid, tried playing some places, played in a nice youth level in Brazil. And then I got to get to know an assistant fitness coach that was friends of Neto, which was the coach of the Cumberland University. And then he was talking to Neto about me. And then once I was at my home in Brazil, and he just called me, like, you wanna come to the US to play soccer here? Maybe learn English, improve your English, give it a try. Come. I said, okay, let's talk about it, because I was getting better from my knee surgery as well. And then we talked, and he said, I'm gonna call you back. And I'm like, nah, he's not gonna call me back. I don't believe he's gonna call me back. And then maybe like two weeks later, so you ready to come? I say, okay, let's give it a try. And then in the season, I went to the Cumberlands. I had a pretty nice season over there. And then he got out. he couldn't renew his visa. He applied for the green card, but he didn't get ready soon enough. And then he said, look, we have some universities coming after you. I can give you the release, so you can try to make up your decision, to check what you want to do. And then Moody got in touch with me, brought me to Carson Newman. Him and Francois made me a brainwash and made me decide to go to Carson Newman, which I'm very pleased that it all happens, because he certainly built something really, really strong, a bond really strong with the school, with the guys that were by the university that I still have great memories.
Brainwash is an interesting word. I'm sure there was some culture shock. Native of Caxias do Sul in Brazil, city of upwards of 500,000. Cumberland, tiny town in Kentucky, smaller than Jeff City. Jeff City, obviously, small town. Granted, you've got a sizable city in Knoxville, not too far away. What was the culture shock like coming from a major metropolitan area in Brazil to rural America?
I lived in Caxias do Sul like 12 years, which you said was like 500,000. But then after that, I just lived in major cities in Brazil, like 2 million or more, São Paulo, 20 million people, you know. So it was the first time I got to Cumberland. It was really tough. It was really. I had some hard times to understand the environment, to understand what was around me, you know. But then the people got to me, helped me a lot. We had a Brazilian coach there, then a lot of Brazilians as well, which made me this transition a little bit easier. However, it's never easy to leave your country. The things you used to do, the people used to share moments to go. However, when I transitioned from the Cumberlands to Carson Newman to Jeff City, it made me much easier to adapt, you know, because it's a bigger city, easier to go around. You have Morristown, which is a little bit bigger, close, and then you have Knoxville that is not far as well. And then it made it a little bit better. And I got to live off campus to me also, so it helped me, you know.
I think about the team that you finished your career with, the 2013 team that made the run to the national title game, and how cosmopolitan it was. You, João Pedro Dowsley, Hurrick Pereira, all Brazilians. Chris Trejo was from Guatemala. Romualdo Guavel, the starting goalkeeper from France. Siniwello, who was playing a little bit that year, from Trondheim, Norway. Speaky from the UK. Ross Frame, United Kingdom. Tristan Doffett, who was hurt that year but factored prominently. Welsh. How did that club makeup for a European side? You've got players from all over, plus some kids from the States, Nick Skoda, Jakey Fielder. How did that help you gel in Jefferson City?
Once I got there, like was 2 years before, somebody who helped me a lot was coach and was there was also German. His father was German. I forgot his name now.
Nico?
We have Nico as well on our team after that. No, the American. He's from Morristown. Daniel Zitt.
Daniel Zitt, yes.
So he's one of the guys who made me adapt faster, you know. And after we played the first season together, and he really welcomed me with his family. But then when you talk about our last season, all these different Europeans, South America, Central America, you know, I truly believe that our soccer background helped a lot. You know, everybody with his passion for the game, everybody wanted to make a difference playing, and everybody liked to play the same way. We like to play possession. We like to be tough. We didn't want to just give long balls, give the ball to the opposition. We wanted to do it our best ball. Okay, let's win, but let's win it our way, you know. So this is one thing that when you see somebody else that comes from a different place, it makes it easier to adapt. So it starts to creating bonds and start to creating preferences. So I truly believe it really helped. Yeah. And the maturity as well that we had, like some guys that were seniors like me, Rumi, Trejo. We had been through some tough moments, either in Carson Newman playing or other places. So it made us a little bit stronger, to deal with some situations that we had coming.
You started in 2011 at Carson Newman, and an okay season. And 2012 wins improved.
You're being nice to me. It was not a good season.
Not by the standards of the 2013 team. Let's put it in that frame of reference. But 2013 comes. An okay regular season, finished third in the league. Had a strong enough resume that you were in position to make the NCAA playoffs. Lose in the first round of the SAC tournament to Mars Hill. When did you get the sense that team had something special about it, was capable of making an impact at a national level?
Starting this season, we knew our team was good. We had quality, But how the game is played, how soccer is played as well in our conference and then our division, we know that to be good is not enough. So we had a good start. We had a couple good games, and then we started bouncing. A good match, bad match, good match, bad match. And then I think the turning point was when we lost to LMU at LMU 3-2. We were winning 2-0, and we were doing we were having a great game. And then they came back and turned 3-2. And then me, Rumi, Trejo, and a couple more guys, we got together and we said, look, if we want to do something, it has to stop. Like, this bouncing has to stop. We have to play every match like it's our last match. Otherwise, our season is over. Our career is over here. And then we're just going to look forward without knowing what we could do if we were our best. And then we had a meeting with all the players after that and said, look, we believe it, but we need everybody who believes it with us here. Who doesn't want to be part of it, just leave it. We're going to do our best here, and it goes. And if I'm not wrong, we won the last 7 or 8 matches.
Spot on. Absolutely correct. Last 7 matches of the regular season, including a couple of golden goals in overtime.
Which one was mine?
Yes.
You got to get the video from me, man.
At Anderson. To finish the regular season. Yeah, Sindrawello with the assist. One of 5 career goals for you, backline defender.
4 or 5 on this season.
4 as a senior. You had 1 as a junior.
Yes.
First career goal came against Lees McRae off of a penalty kick as a junior. And then, it found the back of the net 4 times as a defender. Granted, that season it felt like the goals were tumbling from everywhere, chiefly off of Ross Frame's boot, with 20-plus on the year. But, what was your mindset getting forward and being able to bulge the back of the net as frequently as you were that year?
That year I was in a very good mindset, and I had a very good feeling about my performance, because I had an off season which I played for Gulf Coast Texans, which was really good, really good. We had a great team there, and I could play through all off season. So I was injury free. I was feeling strong. I had my mind on the right place, and then coming to the season, I knew I would perform well. And when the goals started coming in the beginning of the season, it got to a point that I believe I was the top scorer of the team. 3, maybe in the 2 or 3 matches. I said to the forwards, look, we cannot go forward if I'm the only one scoring. You guys gotta help me. I'm not gonna help not to concede, but you need to give more than this. I can't be the one.
You bring that up. It is crazy. You were the top scorer through the first through the first 4. And the trivia question of all trivia questions is Ross Frame doesn't overtake you until September 25th that year. Yeah. One, spot on memory. Genuinely impressed that you've tucked that away after 8 years now. But break down the offensive prowess of that team as a defender. How much confidence did you have, one, with Ross Frame, Christian Speak, Nick Skoda, Siniuelo, all attacking from up top, but also Romuald Leguavel behind you?
We said, okay, let's make them to have a better position. Let's have better chances. And me and Hurik, we didn't want to just punt the ball away and then make them fight for it. We wanted to give them on the best possibility they had to score. And then it started to glue everything, as I said. Wade got in holding mid for us, and then Speaks and Wello inside, sometimes Wello outside. We had Jake outside, Skoda, João came later in the season. And then Nico, they had pretty much a relationship forward, because they could do some incredible stuff. We said, look, if we can feed them enough throughout the game, they're gonna make something for us. If they can't, we're gonna have Speaky, we're gonna have Wello, we're gonna have somebody who can make a difference for us. So, and Rumi also was always pushing us to play harder, to play better, to play through the back. We didn't want our possessions to be just another one. We wanted to make it happen every time we could. So it's starting to happen. We started to feed them, and we had some great results with them playing some unbelievable soccer there.
You go on that run of 7 in a row, but falter 1-0 to Mars Hill in the opening round of the SAC tournament. We had Richard Moody on the podcast earlier in the summer, and he brought up the fact that you guys wanted to play, I think it was at night, because the men's soccer team had played all their games under the lights. And so he went to coach the women at another venue. I think they were at LR that day. What do you remember about the loss to Mars Hill and the fire of Richard Moody from listening to the players, or the captains, as it were, in his telling? He didn't name names, but then to the recovery to go on and compete for a national title.
Like the 20th, 25th minute, the Rumi got sent off that game. That was a major point. I think we were losing already 1-0. No, when Rumi got
down.
It was not. I think we were more concerned about getting to the national tournament than to play that game. So I think we lost a little bit of the vibe that we were like, we can't lose. We gotta make the national championship. We gotta make the national tournament. We gotta go throughout that 7 matches. And then when we win the 7 matches, we say, okay, we did it. And then I don't believe we get set mentally for the match. And then once we got scored, things were not doing very well, but we knew how capable we were. However, when Rumi got sent off, we were just fighting not to lose by too much. And then was just that sense of let's see what's going to happen, because we knew we could still do something special. We're just hoping that we could have that chance.
It comes out, you're in the NCAA tournament. How much did that loss refocus your efforts as a team to start off a run? I believe it was against Anderson.
The mentality of we're not going to lose it. They have to be better. They have to be tougher. They have to be mentally more prepared than us, because we're not going to give it anything. We gave the support to Nick, who went to be our keeper. I think his first starting of the season on a crucial game. Nick, don't worry, you got this. We got this. We're gonna do it for you. We're gonna do it for Rumi. Rumi's coming back next game. So this sense of urgency and this sense of they have to be tougher than us, because there was something that Moody and Francois talked to us about since the preseason. You guys gotta be mentally tough. You guys gotta be mentally tough. You guys gotta be mentally tough. And then we had this mindset so strong that we made some incredible matches under this pressure. And then other teams could watch us play and they'll say, look, this team is not that good, because we were not the better team. We were not the deepest squad. But once they got in the cage with us, it was a different story, you know. We wouldn't let them have any space.
The thing that stuck out to me that year about your team, just because of how good the back line of defense was and how good Rummy was in goal, once you got to the tournament, you felt like if you could, even if it was a draw, if you were going to PKs, you stood a great chance. One, because of your defense through overtime, but two, because of what you had in goal in Romuald Leguival. How true was that throughout the run in the NCAA tournament, including a penalty kick shootout win at Lander?
We knew he was tough. It was tough to score on. He had so much quality, and his ability to be focused on throughout every moment of the match, either helping the back line, helping us to build up, or helping us defending and making some incredible saves. We knew that if we could score one, maybe two, it will be hard for them to outscore us. And then on going on PKs, I would take our chances any given day if we go to the PKs. The pressure would be more on us to score than on him to save, for sure.
It feels like that's backwards. It's interesting to hear you say that.
Not that usual, but it was hard to practice against him. But I wasn't making it easy as well for him. PKs, you can ask him when you talk to him. He could never save one from me. just the other ones. Just the other ones.
Which game? Anderson, Limestone, Lander, Rollins, Simon Fraser. I'm presuming it's Simon Fraser, but is there one game in that NCAA tournament run that sticks out to you more than the others?
Rollins.
Really? How come?
First of all, we beat Lander on the PKs before, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was at Rollins, and we had a terrible game. We didn't play well. The back line didn't play well. We couldn't build up. We were not us. I don't know what happened that day, but we didn't have a good game. And then we win the PKs, and they play after us. And they beat West Florida 4-0 or 4-1. I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And we were watching the match. And then they got out, they played a great game. And then when we were warming up for the match, and before the match, we looking at them, and they're like smiling, all happy, and like if we were nothing. So, and then we sing the national anthem, and they're laughing, they're dancing, they don't compliment when you say hi to everybody, you know. I felt like they were not believing on us, you know. They thought it was going to be an easy match. Also because we had a terrible game before, but they were not giving us the respect that we deserved, you know. So before the match, when we got together to the players, I talked to them. I said, look, let's run the train. They're not going to do anything for us. The first 10 minutes, every freaking ball is ours. I don't care how strong we go. I don't care. We're gonna behave, but let's be strong. Let's run the train. So I think they were not ready for that kind of behavior and mentality from us. And then I think we scored like on the 12th minute.
Yeah, it was quick.
Something like that.
Ross Frame, unassisted, left side of the box. And then probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated goals from that season, 69th minute, Nick Skoda chips the keeper from the top of the box.
Gave us so much. So that gave us a little bit of freedom that game, that second goal, because after the first goal we just defended pretty much the whole game, and then we got the second goal. We knew how it's gonna be the whole game, you know, but we were ready for it. So for me, it was the most memorable game. Of course, after that, Simon Fraser, the 3-2 with João, but I think the one that we were under harder circumstances at their game, the crowd was cool. They had a great atmosphere over there, and then to beat them at their place, they were top ranked. I don't know, they were like maybe 10, 12 games unbeaten and just beating everybody. So it was awesome.
Let's focus on Simon Fraser, which probably goes down as one of the most entertaining soccer games, at the very least, that Carson Newman has ever been a part of. João Pedro Dowsley, a throw-in from Chris Trejo. Christian Speak funnels it to him, and he goes 5-hole to beat a defender and slots it past the keeper in the 88th minute. Break down the emotions of that game, and I'm pretty sure it was Joao's only goal of the season. That singed you.
I think he came back either from suspension or he was hurt.
Yeah, I think it was an injury.
And we were always talking to him throughout mid-season, like people. Yeah, he was injured. It was his hamstring. And then say, like, you have to red shirt. I was telling him, no way, you're not red shirt. You're going to score. You're going to score something important for us. You're going to score something important for us. You just believe on that. Get well. And then on this final push, when he scored, I was crazy. I swear, I ran through everywhere. I swear I went through him. I said, look, you did it, you deserve it. You did it, you deserve it. So that was crazy. It was, maybe I don't say like that was the best match, because I think we had some flaws that was not usual. We were more on the back line, but it was a memorable match. I can feel the same feeling that I had that day. Like when I closed my eyes and tried to remember everything that happened, it was a blessing for sure.
How does that moment compare to what you've gone through now professionally as a coach with the Brazilian national team? Obviously a little bit different. You're playing. When you're playing, I always feel like the emotions are a little bit higher than when you're coaching. But does anything compare to the elation of that 88th minute game winner that you experienced on the field?
Yeah, I think that you can't have outside, that you have the power to make something, happen. To make something happen out of your actions, directly actions. From the coaching style, we can tell something to a player, but if he has his decisions, he has his visual, his talent, and his mind to make those decisions. But once you're in the field and you're part of that, it's a little bit higher. I don't say the pressure, because the pressure now that I have here, being in Brazil, the country of soccer, we say, of football, it's nuts. But like the feelings are different, but at the same time, they both are mesmerizing, are incredible.
That's it's interesting you bring that up. When I think of soccer, and obviously growing up in the United States, soccer is not the first sport that most kids are introduced to. But, as a 7-year-old picking up, FIFA for the Sega Genesis, Brazil was it. Can you compare the pressure of coaching the national team for your home country to anything that you experienced at Carson Newman? Or is it something in and of its own?
Yeah, it's something completely different. Because you have been at to start off, it's different being inside the field and outside of the field, making the decisions beforehand and preparing for a match and everything. How you prepare as a player is much more individual than how you prepare as a coach. You know, you have to have your mindset right to make your better decisions on the pitch, or you got to be able to win your duels. You got to be able to help your friend. But once you're outside, you have to prepare everybody. You have to prepare looking for the opponent. You have to prepare thinking about the environment, how it's going to be. Is the pitch good enough? It is everything. And since we have the possibility and the pleasure to call up all the players who's going to play for Brazil, it's another pressure, you know, because we have so many talented players that can be on this 23-man roster, that it already builds a pressure going for that. And then after that, you're trying to make these guys to spend 10 days when you have like the qualifications, World Cup qualifications, we have like 10 days, and in 10 days they understand your process, understand what you want. It's much different with the pressure that we have, because Brazil, it's since 2002 don't win a World Cup. We haven't been in a final since that as well. So for us, it's big enough, you know.
You look at your coaching pedigree, and you know, obviously growing up with your father, you were around it. How much do you take from him? How much do you take from what you learned at Carson Newman to apply coaching the game of soccer?
It was a great experience as a kid to be in the environment. So it is something that it doesn't make my mind go away from the work. You know, I could always be focused because I know what's going to happen around me. I know what's going to happen. Since I was a player, it's hard for something to come by and surprise you. You know, since I was on that environment so much times, when you're starting to play and you don't leave that environment, sometimes something can take your mind a little bit off. That was something that I always try to help the players around me as well, to be on the right mindset, on the right level. And I learned a lot from that, but I started picking up more and more knowledge about some details of the game while I was in Carson Newman. Also absorbing some knowledge and some different understanding, different views of soccer from Francois, from Moody, from Rumi, from Tristan. So all these players that played with me helped me to be a better player, maybe as a different move, maybe a different way to portray. And then after that, my experience as well to becoming a coach, doing some courses, having some very good internships. I went to Barcelona, Inter Milan. I worked in Caxias for a club that my father got his first title. So it always going building your knowledge. But I'm 100% sure that Carson Newman was a great part of my success throughout today, because this mindset, this mentally strong ability that I have, and it's great part from what I lived through college.
It's interesting to hear you say that, because they're not just with you, but there have been so many to come through Carson Newman's halls, between football, basketball, baseball, I mean, pick a sport, who go on to coach at a high level, collegiately or professionally. Is there something about this place that you can point to that aids in that mental toughness that helps put you in a position to be more successful as a coach?
I think for me that there is a place that he always made me try to be a better person, and being a better Matheus help to build something around. So it's something that I felt really comfortable when I got to Carson, because the people were always trying to be gentle, polite with you, and try to make you feel good. I think this is one thing that you have to take throughout everywhere you go. If you make the people that comes to a different place that they use to feel safe, to feel good, they're gonna be the best that they can. And this is something that I take for certainty. Because it's not easy to, as you said, to live in different places and to go to a place when you get there, you say, look, how they're gonna treat me, Okay, they wanted me to come here, but now I'm here, and people really, really good with it. Maybe a better person. That's the best.
How would you, as a coach, deal with yourself as a player?
Easy. The problem was the years that I didn't do well. I think if I had the maturity that I have now, it would be much easier. I was a little bit stubborn when I got to the school. I played a built up soccer since I was a kid. That was something I really enjoyed doing. And my first year, the team was not prepared for that. And I was trying to make the team to play my way, but I had to adapt to the way that the team was playing. So I struggled. I was not good physically as well. I was not mentally as good as I was later. But I had this problem of a little bit of stubbornness to try to implement what I had. And it took me a while to understand how to make everything better, not just myself better. And Francois and Muri, we got into some arguments, but now when I look back and I thank them about that, I was really appreciative through them, because it's easy for me to come and say now, but it's something that I told them, that they made me a better person, because they made me see that this stubbornness, this way that I was just being worse for me and the people around. That if I was a little bit more flexible and try to see that the whole, it would be better for everybody, and that's what happened in the following years.
How do you take that mindset? And granted, I don't know how much commonality it would have, because you're working with somebody who's 18 to 22. You might have a 24, 25-year-old in there as well. And you're right, there's probably less maturity. But you take that mindset, and then you're working with one of the world's greatest in Neymar. How do you, where are the commonalities and what's applicable as a coach working with somebody who's 18, 22, maybe not a little bit mature, and one of the first names that come to mind when you think of the game that you play?
I think it's a process as well, because when we got to the national team here was not on a good moment, and it's an idea, and I think some pillars. Is it right here?
Yeah.
So one is to make the environment good. The other one was, we would say, let's give them information, but not too much information. Let's give them the right information, okay? And since we have this 10 days span to work with them, it makes it easier, because you don't have too much. For some hand is hard, but it is easier, because they have to believe on what you're saying if they want to go forward. because everybody has this passion to play for Brazil. So there are a lot of players that are playing all over the world, including Neymar, with players from other countries, other cultures. But when we're here, like we're everybody, everybody feels the same way. Everybody probably wants the same goal, want to do the things more similar than in their clubs. So it made it easier. And then you start learning how to get to these people. You start learning how, because every individual is different. How can I help Neymar? How can I help Vinicius Junior? How can I help Alisson? How can I help? And once they see you're there to help them, to be a part of the team, it makes it easier. So that this is something that because sometimes when you see, as I said, Neymar is the best, a lot of people see from the outside, they don't believe there's a normal person. But when you treat those guys as normal as you can, and they feel like you're doing it genuinely, it makes everything easier. And this is something that I learned from the school as well.
I think that's probably something that's been brought up in sport in general, with Simone Biles, one of the United States gymnasts, probably the greatest gymnast to ever compete for the U.S., dropping out of the all-around, and people being upset. But that's a person, and that's true for you. That's true for Neymar. That's true for me behind the microphone. We're all at our hearts people, and yeah, we want to perform. We obviously want to perform at a high level, but it's that recognition of the human element that is so crucial.
I feel that a lot of people who judge sport and judge athletes, they judge by the numbers and not by the person. As you said, you gotta understand that it's not just getting there and perform. You have everything. And I was talking this morning to somebody that today is much easier for the people to get mentally assaulted, because everybody can say whatever they want, and in 2, 3, 5 seconds, 5 minutes later, the whole world is talking about you, is talking bad about you, and it gets to the people, it gets to the person, it gets to the athlete. So I think this is crucial today, that everybody has the right mindset to do it. And we talk here, as much as you can get off of the internet and just focus on your work, it's better for your performance, because when you win, you're the best. When you lose, you're the worst. And this is not the process. Like Joel Embiid said, trust the process, and then everybody has to be focused on that, because you can't get away with losses, and you're not the best when you win. You're not the reason why you win. Everybody has somebody behind. Simone probably has her coaches and everybody who were there supporting her to do it the best choice. You're not ready to do it. You don't feel good. Do your best. Don't do it. Sometimes not doing it is her best.
Now, your father, 2 boys, 2 young boys. How much do they gravitate toward the sport? How much do you, I don't want to say train, but how much do you feel comfortable introducing the sport to them? Give me some sense of your fatherly approach to soccer with your kids, bearing in mind how you grew up with Tite.
Whenever we had a match before the coronavirus, and we have attendance, my son was always in the matches, in the practices when he had. But throughout the week and the days, I try to make them participate in any kind of sport. And I don't mind if it's soccer, if it's basketball, if it's running, swimming, jiu-jitsu they're doing now. Just to be in the environment, Of course, I try to pick up a ball and just throw it to them, like make look. Does he have a way? Can he do it? My older one he's struggling. He's not as natural. But the young one is a good lefty one. You get the ball, start throwing to the left one, to the younger one. He's 2 years old now. He doesn't stop kicking. I have to say, okay, now I'm tired. I'm not kicking with you anymore. Done. The older one is playing some futsal now and just starting to pick up. But of course, I want to play with them one day. I don't matter the level, but I just want them to be involved with sports, because for me, sports is life.
Do you have a greater appreciation of what your father exposed you to now that you're beginning to expose your own sons to it?
Yeah. I wanted to be part of it when I was a kid a lot. I remember pushing with my mom, pushing with my dad to go everywhere, to be a part of it. And him having him wanting to take me to places as well, it helped a lot. And today, I'm pretty sure that I've built a better knowledge of the all around in football, also because I was in the environment since I was so young. And then this is something for life, It's not just in sports, but how to treat people, how to behave on certain manners, how to be with people who are talking well about you, how to behave when people are in doubt about you. So this is a day-to-day thing. It's not just in sport, but for sure it made me more mature in a younger age that I would certainly be without it.
Let's go back to your teams at Carson Newman. One thing that I do want to touch on is the name. It was less the Eagles and more the Lads. Lads on 3 was the chant. Where did that come from? And how much does that influence the bond that you still have with those guys?
UK boys.
Of course it's the UK boys.
I don't even know how it started. Once I got noticed, I was saying 1, 2, 3 Lads. I said, well, why not the Eagles? But it was. I think it made us feel better with ourselves. We're representing. It's a little bit of that I said. We're representing us. The school is the most important thing, but if we don't do our better, the school is not gonna win as well.
Just how important are those guys to you to this day?
It's a part of my life, So they help me to be a better person, a better athlete, a better father. A lot of them came to my wedding in Caxias, man. Imagine how hard, how tough it was for them to come, people from all over the world. So this is a sign of love, man, friendship, and this is something I'll take it for all my life. And we want to go back to the school to have this moment together and appreciate everything that Carson Newman provided us as well, because it's a leg of Carson Newman family.
Well, I think you and I can plan it live here to tape. 2023 10-year reunion of that national runner-up team. We'll get with Stephen Lyons. We'll pick a date. But yeah, from all corners of the world,
awesome.
That team needs to make its return to campus. Maybe play a little alumni game. You guys can all get hurt.
We have to play. The way we are competitive, if we're going there, we have to play.
Let's see. You all be mid-30s by that point. Still have a shot. Still knees are still good, still mobile.
I think we have our chances. We were always the underdog. Just put somebody for us.
You certainly would have the status of the wily veterans. Crafty might not be the most match fit per se.
It will have to be like four periods of 20 minutes. We cannot run 45 minutes. You guys gotta give us a good chance to win.
I mean, and if Rummy's in goal, I mean, he's still probably wiry as ever. You can just let everything through. Rummy will take care of it.
Let's just go 10 minutes and we go to PKs.
I like your chances if those are the rules. Matheus, great catching up. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to reminisce and talk fatherhood and Brazilian national football.
I hope we can see each other live soon and make this game happen. Make everybody back on camp. I think it will be for certain an honor to be there again. And I want to take my kids with me. They gotta see where his dad came from as well.
Do they? Before we go, I do want to let's touch on that. You were born after your father finished his playing career, correct?
Yeah.
Do they have yet? And I know they're young, so let's go with the 4-year-old. Does he have any appreciation for what you did as a player, or is that still to come?
Yeah, I think that's still to come. He doesn't understand everything about it yet. He's more like, well, my father is coaching. And sometimes he asks me, why are you not playing? I see you on the bench. Why are you not there playing? I say, I'm not good enough. I'm not there. But one day you understand. One day I'm going to show you some videos. You're going to get the video from
Anderson. Yeah.
From Anderson.
Yeah.
And I remember I scored a run. And then I was in the bottom, and everybody started jumping on me, and I started cramping both legs, and everybody on me. I was like, "Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!" It was fun, but it was hurting.
All right, Matheus, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Have a good one. Great. I hope everybody has a good season, especially the men's soccer, and then we see.
All right, that is former Carson Newman soccer player and current assistant with the Brazilian national team, Matheus Bachi. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been another Mossy Creek Conversation. Thanks for joining us.